heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack up on my...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSG, That Soccer Guy, and welcome back to a Premier League match review for Watford 1, Chelsea 2. In this game, I'm going to be going through my player ratings and who I think was the man of the match. With that being said, let's get straight into it. This was one of those games where worst performance of the season by far. Absolutely horrible in the first half. We looked like we were actually going to get scored on multiple times. Mendy kept us in the game in the first half because they could have had 3 or 4 goals easily. Dennis had a field day down that right-hand side, picking on Asp the whole game, giving him issues. They were going down the left, picking on Alonso, giving Rudiger a lot of work to do. And overall, a very poor performance from majority of the team. The second half, we definitely picked it up, but the first half, we looked like a mid-table team. We did not look like the team that's at the top of the league. And we definitely need to figure out this situation. We desperately need players like Reece James and Jorginho back. Hopefully them sitting out this game means that they're going to be able to play Saturday at West Ham, because I don't know how we can play the same team against West Ham and even think we have a chance of winning. Even though West Ham got a tie against Brighton, Brighton's been a good team this season, and there's no chance we're going to win if we play this team. So with that being said, I'm going to give you my player ratings and what I personally think should happen next game. So starting off with, of course, Edouard Mendy. Edouard Mendy was an interesting one because, in my opinion, he was the player that kept us in this game. He was probably one of the best players on the field for me out of a not-so-positive team that we fielded in this game. 8 out of 10 for Edouard Mendy. I think he had a solid performance. He's had a lot of performances lately where he hasn't really been needed. He couldn't do anything about the goal that got scored on him. There was no chance he was going to save that goal. He came out in the second, ran out of the box, injured himself a little bit, stopping that ball from Tom Cleverley. Stopped the ball from him and honestly kept us in the game at that point. Very good, and it showed how badly we need a goalkeeper of this caliber in the team for moments like this when we're not performing and need somebody to save us. As far as Rudiger, that was honestly his worst half of first half was his worst half of football this entire season. Absolutely getting picked out. Nothing he could do. Alonso wasn't coming back to cover. He was having to do a lot of work, having to make up for a lot of the mistakes that Alonso made, and even having to make up for the mistake that Ruben Loftus-Cheek made trying to stop Dennis from scoring that goal. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to get there. Not a good performance from him today. Better in the second half, but we need to see more from him, especially since he's probably going to be in the starting lineup against West Ham. We need a better performance from him, and that probably means Alonso can't play. Unfortunately for Rudiger, it's a 6 out of 10 rating for me in this match. Now, Christensen is an interesting one as well, because Christensen came in and, he was doing pretty well. I mean, can I really say that any of the defenders were doing that well? Like, at points in the game, yes, they were doing pretty good. But overall, not a great performance from the defenders. I'd say the best defender was Chalobah. So I'm going to just go ahead and give the 6 out of 10 to Christensen. Chalobah, I think he was the best out of a bad bunch today. Of course, he had to end up coming off because he was hurt, but he was able to move into that midfield where we needed him to get Saul off, because Saul was absolutely horrible in this game, and we were able to get him off and put Chalobah in the midfield, showing his versatility, which I think he did pretty good until he picked up that little knock. So hopefully he'll be able to play in the next game, because I don't know how we're going to field this back line and how we're going to field this midfield if we're losing another player or another 2 players. Chalobah for me, also a 6 out of 10, but I'd say he was the closest to a 7 out of 10 out of all 3 of the defenders. Just not a great day for the defenders at all. We need to see improvements for this West Ham game for sure. As far as Marcos Alonso, getting straight into the midfield, Alonso, this is 2 games in a row where he's just not done it. He's shown that he hasn't been in this team for a while. His performance was not great. I'm giving him a 5 out of 10. I expect a lot more from Alonso the way he started this season, and he just could not do it. He could not figure out a game plan, any way to break down and stop the attacks coming from the opposition in this game, allowing Rudiger to have to do a lot more work than he should have had to do in this game, making the whole team look bad. I think it's just a bad look for Alonso, and there's no way we can start him against West Ham. There's absolutely no way. I don't know who's going to play in that position. I don't know how we're gonna figure that out. I honestly think we're probably gonna have to just, and this is unfortunate for Hudson-Odoi, but I think he's gonna come in and he's gonna have to play left wing back because I think that's the only option we have right now. I think anybody can do better than Alonso did in this game, and he really just didn't do well. I might be being harsh on him, but just not a good performance by him. And then getting into another player with a poor performance, probably the worst player on the field. We didn't even have two midfielders. We didn't have Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Saul. We had Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Saul, 4 out of 10 for me. By far the worst performance in the entire team. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know why he was on the field. It just blows my mind how bad he was in this game. And I've been trying to say I hope Saul is able to prove himself. I hope he's able to break through, but it's just not going to happen. He was given an opportunity in a game like this where our best midfielders are out, and this was a game for him where he could show his worth against a Watford team that shouldn't be doing what they did to us. This was a game for him to really put on a showcase and show why he should be in this team, and he did the exact opposite. He showed exactly why he shouldn't be in this team. And honestly, if we could send him back to Atletico Madrid, I would probably do that because it's a waste of money paying for his wages. I don't know how much his wages are, but it's basically just wasting our money at this point because I can't see him playing another game this season the way he played. It was absolutely horrible. That's really all I can say about that. I don't know what else I can really say about him. As far as Ruben Loftus-Cheek, it was his mess up that caused the goal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek had to make up for Saul not basically being there at all. He did a lot wrong in this game. He's getting a 5 out of 10 rating for me as well. I don't know. It was a bad overall performance from the entire midfield, and I'm not going to keep this because I realize I'm already almost 8-9 minutes into this video and I'm still only on the midfield, so I'm going to get past some of this because I'm sure you guys already know what I'm going to give Aspi. Another 5 out of 10 just wasn't good enough. You can tell he hasn't played a lot of minutes in a while. It really showed. And Dennis bullied him the whole match, gave him so many issues, and it created a lot more work for our defenders, which made the defenders look even worse. Just not a good performance from them. Now, getting into a little bit more positive, the front line I think was by far better than the midfield. The little bit of positivity we did get, starting with Pulisic. Pulisic did pretty good. He didn't have a lot of opportunity in the game. He didn't really get the ball much. And when he did get the ball, he got it taken from him a lot. Didn't really get a chance to showcase what he could do in this game. You could really see what Pulisic was trying to do in the game, but he just wasn't able to make it happen, unfortunately, in this game. I think a lot went wrong for the team, and it stopped him from really showcasing what he could do. Pulisic is a 6 out of 10 for me. As far as Mason Mount was definitely the best outfield performer on our team today. He got that goal and the assist. He was really good. A bright light in what was a pretty poor performance from the team. Like I said, he definitely should stay in the team. We need him against West Ham. We need the energy to pressing because he was about the only person doing that in the first half. Overall positive performance from him. Probably one of the 3 players that started the game that actually did decent. The other one being Kai Havertz, getting a 7 out of 10. Provided that assist for Mason Mount, and honestly could have bagged another one if he didn't mess up the timing of that run from Pulisic. Could have had another goal. Overall, pretty solid performance from Kai Havertz in a game where he didn't really see the ball a crazy amount. He was trying a lot, but we just weren't able to pick out the right passes in this game, and it was very unfortunate. Now, getting into the subs, starting off with Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is getting a 7 out of 10. He came on, and he has to play against West Ham. We desperately showed that we needed him, and unfortunately, the midfield just made the defense look really bad in this game. But you could tell when we made those subs that sub at halftime brought him in. He really helped change the game. We desperately needed him in the team, and Thomas Tuchel's change at halftime was definitely needed. You could see the whole change of the game whenever that substitute was made, and Silva was able to break down the passes and stop them from doing anything. Christensen is very unfortunate because I'm pretty sure he's going to be the one that gets replaced because he is playing in Thiago Silva's spot, and if Chalobah's injured, then maybe Christensen comes out to the right side and plays right center back. But if Chalobah's able to play, he's probably going to play because I can't imagine that he's going to play. I think Chalobah's better than Christensen in the game. Unfortunately for Christensen, and Thiago Silva had a really good performance, so he definitely needs to play in the next one. Ziyech was probably the best shining light off the bench. No hate to Thiago Silva because I just gave him credit, but definitely a 7 out of 10 performance from Ziyech, coming in, grabbing that winning goal from us. He was coming in, providing moments of magic, and he was doing really well. He's been having this thing lately where I was really starting to doubt what Ziyech was going to do in this team, and I didn't think he was going to be here for long, but he came in this game and really showed his worth. He got us that winning goal and proved very important for the team. 7 out of 10 for Ziyech, and I hope to see more positive from him because if he can keep doing this kind of stuff, this is what will keep him in the team and at the club. Now, the final guy, Lukaku, I'm giving a 6 out of 10. Lukaku came in. He did some good stuff. He didn't get a lot of opportunity on the ball, but what he did decently. I would like to see Lukaku get even more time. Personally, I would like to see Lukaku start a game. I know he's coming back from injury, and Thomas Tuchel doesn't want to rush it with the amount of injuries we have in the team, but he's one of those players that can definitely change the game for us, and I would prefer to see him in the team sooner rather than later. Seeing that we're having so many injury troubles as it is, we need somebody that's going to come in and be able to score some goals for us and make the games more comfortable, because when we have a game like this, going into a game against West Ham where the team is very game and ready to go, we need a promising player like that that's going to be able to bully defenders, bully the midfield of Declan Rice and Thomas Souček, because they are very good and hard to bully. We need somebody that's going to be able to shut that down. Honestly, guys, if we don't get this team under control, if we don't fix this midfield situation by Saturday, figure something out. Hopefully, Jorginho is going to be back in there and Reece James is going to be back in there. Callum Hudson-Odoi is probably going to come in at left wing back, and even though Ruben had a better performance, he's probably going to keep his place just due to the fact that we don't have any other option to really play there unless we put Mount back in the midfield, which I think he could do a job. But yeah, it has to be a completely different rotation as far as the midfield. The midfielders that came out and played can't play again. They were too poor, and like I said, if we feel that midfield against Thomas Souček and Declan Rice, West Ham's going to have a field day with us. It's not going to be a good game for us, and we need to keep this momentum that we had. A game we shouldn't have won, we won, and we need to keep the positive momentum going and stay at the top of the league, because all these injuries and stuff happening to our team, it's going to allow Man City and Liverpool to pounce and get to the top of the league and get us out of this title race around Christmas time, when we should be really pushing ahead of them and trying to break apart from everybody else to win the league. We have to be very smart about how we play players, and I know Thomas Tuchel will do that. So I'm looking forward to this West Ham match. I'm looking forward to a lot of rotation, and I'm looking forward to us hopefully going in there and getting the 3 points. That's all from me from this one. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, it's been your boy, TSG, that soccer guy, signing out.
How heavy is that? Light work with the bass on the track, on my face to the back like I'm taking a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple miles.